everybody, this is X299 again doing week 6 preparations for my fantasy football league. We'll go over what happened in week number 5. And so let's go ahead and go here. And again, may the best man win is the name of my league. And we'll see that I'm up against In Ya Ass is the name of his team now. I have no idea who this is. He has a... Where is he? He is 2-3 right now, with a 3-game losing streak. Currently I'm 5-0, and we'll see what happened last week here when I fought the Viking Pap team. He actually did better than I thought he would, scoring 63.88 points with I think 6 of his 9 players.
Play like me. Show us how you play. Upload a video to Facebook or Instagram and challenge your friends and NFL players to play like me.
Play like me.
Play like me.
Play like me.
Play like us.
Alright, got rid of that ad there. Yeah, he had 6 of his 9 players were Vikings, including both of his running backs. He had good point production, however, out of Andrew Luck, and then another non-Viking, Greg Olsen, tight end for Carolina, put up 19.2 points. And who else did he have? And then just small amounts of points by a lot of his Viking guys. The next highest score was actually his New Orleans wide receiver, Marcus Colston, at 6 points. But I already did a video on what not to do in fantasy football, and that's don't select 6 or 7 or 8 guys from your favorite football team, because you are not going to win in fantasy football by picking a whole bunch of guys from your favorite team. Now, 2 or 3 maybe, if you're getting good guys, but you never want to do like this and pick 2 running backs from the same team. You want to spread it out and pick 2 good backs from 2 different teams. I mean, if one of these guys has a good weekend or a good week and puts up a lot of points, then your other guy is probably not going to get hardly anything, and you'd be better off by having somebody on a different team. So I had 91.16. Again, LaShawn McCoy didn't put up a lot of points last weekend. Kind of a disappointment there. Zach Ertz, Chris Ivory didn't have a lot of points. Chris Jones and A.J. Green had mediocre weeks for them. Romo did pretty good. And then I had a nice week from Gutowski, who played in Cincinnati. They had a 43-17 win. And then the Lions had a pretty good defensive performance against Buffalo. So I did beat him by about 28 points, it looks like. And now I go up into this next weekend. Game starts here in about an hour from now. And I am up against In Ya Ass. Let's take a look and see who he has. He has Matt Ryan, the opponent Chicago. He has Jaquise Bell for Detroit, running back. Marcus Ball for Denver, and that's a good running back. Jordy Nelson, wide receiver, definitely a nice wide receiver for Green Bay. Efron Jeffrey, wide receiver for Chicago, he's a good receiver. And Crabtree he's got as his wide receiver running back option. Another very nice option. He hasn't changed out his tight end yet. He needs to do that before this weekend. Hopefully he does, because that could cost him the game if he doesn't swap that out. And then he has Dawson, Panthers. His bye, does he even have another tight end to put in there, I wonder? He doesn't. He needs to actually pick one up. So hopefully he does that. He'll need to draft another tight end to put into the tight end slot there. Or he's just going to go without those points, and that could cost him. All right, we got Tony Romo, did not practice. That's on Wednesday. He's taking a break you can read this to see what's going on, but again, he's resting his back midway through the week. That's not a big surprise. He did practice fully Thursday. And I'm predicting a win by the Cowboys, and if the Cowboys do win, they're probably going to have pretty good production out of Romo. Again, I'm going to leave my favorite team quarterback, Romo, in. He hasn't been letting me down too bad. LaShawn McCoy, again, projected for big numbers, but the last 3 weeks he has put up low numbers. I still think I'm going to go ahead and leave him in. I do think I'm going to go ahead and swap out Chris Ivory, though, and put in Terrence West for sure, even though he has a projected low point output against Pittsburgh. Larry Donnell, tight end against the Giants, going up against Philly, or Phillies tight end up against the Giants. I don't know who I'm going to go with here. I think I'm going to switch back to Larry Donald. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put in Golden Tate in spot of Chris Ivory here. Cardinals, I believe I'm going to stick with the Lions against Minnesota. Might should go with the Cardinals, but I'm not sure. Don't have an option here at kicker, so I'll have to leave Gutowski in for New England. All right, let's go ahead and make these swaps here. And go to my team up here. Get rid of this ad. All right. I think I'm going to stick with Detroit up against Minnesota. They're putting up twice as many fantasy points as my other defense on the Cardinals. And I believe I'm going to go with Larry Donner over Zach Ertz this weekend. Again, just going on a hunch here. And I'm going to swap out Golden Tate with Chris Ivory for my wide receiver running back option. And I think I'm going to leave everything else the same. Limited practice for A.J. Green and Julio Jones. Hopefully they can both play and put up some points for me. Or I might lose this weekend if Julio Jones and A.J. Green don't play and put up some points. Go ahead and submit that. Roster changes have been saved. I'll go back in here to the game center. Make sure everything looks good. It's projecting a win for me, but again, you can't go on the projections, especially with limited practice in here for A.J. Green and Julio Jones. A.J. Green toe was not present for Thursday's practice. Green slated to meet with a specialist after re-aggravating his big toe Wednesday. His absence was expected. Well, I might have to keep an eye on this. I might have to swap A.J. Green out for somebody, Saturday or something like that. But we'll take I'll wait and see what happens there. If I swap that out, I'll let you know next week what I did there. But right now I have a projected win if all the projected fantasy points are anywhere close to what they should be. And we'll see what happens. I'll be back next week with my next fantasy football video and let you know if I won or if I won my 6th game in a row. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Be sure you subscribe to me if you haven't already. Be sure you give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Be sure you comment below if you're playing my fantasy football league. If you have any questions, if there's trades or swaps or players that you think I should be playing that are sitting on my bench, then certainly let me know down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Zaxter99.